Hey everybody, welcome to the Art of the Flying Eye Podcast. This is your host, Shane Simmons. On today's episode, we'll be discussing tattoo apprenticeships. Have you ever looked for a tattoo apprenticeship for yourself, or are you just curious about the process? Stick with us and we'll be going over a lot of the details that you might want to know. First off, what is a tattoo apprenticeship? A tattoo apprenticeship is kind of like on-the-job training. Along with learning how to physically tattoo, you'll be learning how a tattoo shop works from the inside. You'll be learning business practices. You'll be learning how to optimize artwork to be applied to skin. And most importantly, you'll be learning how to keep everything clean and keep everyone safe. Apprenticeships can last varying amounts of time. More often than not, I see them last about 2 years. It could be a little bit sooner. It could be a little bit later. I actually got through my apprenticeship in about 8 months, but I have known of people that have been in theirs for 5 to 6 years, maybe even more, depending on how much time and effort they could devote to being in the shop to learn. As far as some of the tasks that you can expect to be doing as a tattoo apprentice, especially starting off, is just basically being a gopher. Just getting everybody's food and taking care of paperwork and cleaning the shop and making sure everything is orderly. All of the menial tasks in day-to-day tattoo shop function. Now, first and foremost, in finding an apprenticeship, you'll want to find a clean, reputable artist in your area and just ask them if they're taking on apprentices. Of course, the best way to get to know them is to get tattooed by them. Most tattooers that would be willing to take on an apprentice in general would be much more likely to take someone on if they already know that person and have built that rapport with them. I cannot stress enough, in finding a shop or an artist to take you on as an apprentice, show up in person. Do not email, don't Facebook message or Instagram message or DM or Snapchat or even call around to ask if somebody's taking on apprentices. Show up in person. Make sure that it's an artist and a shop that you respect, that you know is reputable and clean, and show up in person. Now, when you get there, you're definitely going to want to have a portfolio ready. My suggestion for a basic portfolio to show whatever artist you're looking to get an apprenticeship from would be 10 to 20 pieces of your best work. And out of that, a good tip to set up your portfolio is to have your very best piece as the first one in your portfolio, second best as the last piece in your portfolio, third best dead center, and then just kind of fill in the rest of the space with the rest of the pieces that you have. That way, your highest quality pieces carry through and are represented throughout the entirety of your portfolio, no matter where someone flips to. Also, it's definitely a good idea to just bring sketchbooks. Whoever's looking at your portfolio is going to be interested in your process and just want to see some of your ideas and drawings and how you form images from the start. Next, do not start tattooing on your own. If you come into a shop looking for a tattoo apprenticeship or trying to talk to artists about tattooing and they find out that you've been tattooing on your own, untrained, out of a house or whatever, they will straight up blacklist you. Most artists will not touch anyone that's started tattooing on their own just for the fact that they would have to spend so much time undoing bad practices and bad habits before they could ever even start to teach you the correct way to do things. It's too much of a hassle, and most of them won't even touch you. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that you are going to get turned down. Expect to get turned down a lot by a lot of shops. It's just the way it goes. Don't take it personally. Keep on improving your artwork. Keep on visiting tattoo shops, getting tattooed, meeting new tattoo artists, and just stay the course. Now, some of these shops won't just turn you down. They'll give you some sort of a task, something to do to your artwork that they'd like to see at some later date. A lot of these shops want to see whether or not you can take criticism well and whether or not you're willing to improve your artwork or change it based on suggestion. Basically, they want to see whether or not you are teachable in general. So to recap, look around your area and find a clean, reputable artist and ask them if they're taking on apprentices. Definitely show up in person, and it helps to get tattooed by this person to build a connection with them. Show up in person. I cannot stress that enough. Have a portfolio ready and with you for them to see when you get there. Definitely do not start tattooing on your own and expect to get turned down a whole bunch. Other than that, just keep at it, and I hope you find a good shop to take you in. If you have any specific questions, feel free to message me through the contact page on my website. It's www.shaynesimmons.com, Shaynesimmons.com. Otherwise, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, most of the other social media platforms. Definitely don't hesitate to call in and leave me a voice message that I can answer on the show. Until next time, stay rad, y'all.